Hello, hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the Wisdom Waves Wednesday, the space where we ride the tides of parenting with wisdom and warmth and love and all those things. So, today it's not a very usual life, it is a special episode which is called the Father's Day Special. And where we are going to talk just not about wisdom, we'll mix it with laughter, fun, as well as we'll include some mischief element as well. So on the other side is my partner, my partner in crime as well as the real lifetime partner, Mr. Mohit Gupta. Thank you so much, Mohit, for accepting our invite. That's very sweet of you.
Thank you,
so
Swati, for letting me be on your show. It's an honor to be here.
Oh, lovely. So we have two children, by the way. So most of you know. So those who do not know, we are a parent of two kids. One is a teenager. I have a teenage daughter and a son who is a toddler. Not a toddler. He's a child. He's 6 year old. So so today we are going to have this conversation on parenting, but at the same time we'll keep it little fun and enjoyable. So I hope everybody can hear me and everything. Yeah, give me a thumbs up, wave, so that I know all of you can hear me. Awesome. Thank you so much. Great. So
Am I also
I
audible?
have
Just quick check.
listed. Yes, you are audible. Yes, you're audible. I can hear
So
you, so
your
the check
mic
is
is
good.
moving a lot, so there's a lot of noise coming from your mic. If you can keep it stable, that would be like really good. Your mic is
Oh,
moving a
sure.
lot.
Thank you.
The headphone mic.
Perfect. Okay. Sorry. So I'll have a lot of critic today. This is moving,
The
that is
typical
moving.
husband-wife story. Sorry for that.
Yeah. I have prepared some questions for you, Mohit. So I would want you to answer them. We will keep it as real as possible, as vulnerable, so we are good. Okay. So just to start with, what did you think fatherhood would be like? And what was the biggest plot twist in your life after becoming a father?
Okay, so I think the biggest, I wouldn't say plot twist, but I still recall the moment we had our first child, and I took Ashwika in my hands, and that's when I looked at her and I realized that okay, I'm a father now. So the real meaning of fatherhood only occurred when I held her. She was our first child, so she's our first child. So that was the moment when I realized that now it's not just the two of us, but the three of us. And when our son was born, that was another joyful moment, and it was like okay, now this guy is also here, so we are four, and that you know brings in more a lot of joy, a lot more responsibility, but things to look forward to in life. It gives you purpose, and that's what happened, at least in my case. I felt that now with these two kids, little munchkins, being around, life is going to be fun as a family.
Wow. Mohit, I'm so sorry to interrupt. So Deepti is saying your voice is very low.
Is it low? Okay, let me just check. I'll just check what is it that I can adjust here. So
Deepti, if you can help us understand, or any of us,
okay,
any,
I think I understood the issue. Let's try with this.
yeah.
Just a minute. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you nice and clear.
And is there any echo happening now?
No, it is not. As of now, no.
Okay, so Deepti, if you can confirm if my voice is audible now.
Uh, so when I speak, I think there is a little echo. I think there is some delay or something happening. But other than that,
Okay,
okay.
I
So
think
Live Bubble
audible.
is saying both of you are pretty clear and audible.
Okay, awesome. So maybe I will repeat what I said earlier because I think people may have missed.
Okay.
So just to
Yeah.
summarize, when we had a first child, that was the moment I realized that now I was a father. And that was the moment of occurrence that now we're a family of three instead of just two. And when our son was born, that was that okay, now we have another member in the family. So it brought in a lot of joy, a lot of responsibility, and something to look forward to in life. Life had a purpose, a new meaning
Hmm.
as and when
Hmm.
kids were born. So that was the moment of realization for me.
Okay, lovely. So for me, I think it was because I feel that it was not that we could just go out anywhere or do anything we like. It was more to do was like now we have to think before we are doing anything. Before that, we were doing anything. We were picking up a bag and just walking anywhere. But gradually, we realized we can't do that.
Yeah, because we had to pick up the children's bag also, and
Yeah,
their strollers and all.
yes, absolutely. So what was the best dad moment you've had with Ashwika and Ribhav that made you go like, okay, I'm doing something right now with my kids?
Okay. uh, I think the moment happens when uh, your kids are able to you know tell you where you are wrong.
Wow.
Because what happens is that when you are living yourself, you will think that whatever way you are doing things, you're probably doing
Hmm.
it the right way.
Yeah.
And then you look for some validation, and when it comes from your kids, so
Yeah.
whenever both Ashvika and Ribhav, whenever they tell me that this is something that you did wrong, so then I know that okay, they're developing that faculty of what is right and what is wrong. And
Hmm.
many a
Hmm.
times it is some of those moments which I would have also not observed, and I would have felt that I was right, but I may actually be wrong. So when I realize that, then I
Yeah.
feel that okay, children are growing well. And feel a lot more empowered when they tell me that I was right at certain things, because then it becomes like a true validation. Your kids telling you that okay, you did this well is a true validation. So those,
Wow.
those are the two moments.
Lovely. So when you talk about validation, when you talk about, yeah, children told you this. So what do you think? What strategies worked for Ashvika versus what worked for Ribhav?
Oh, they are very different people altogether. Ashvika is a very different personality persona. Ribhav is a very different personality persona, and both have their own interests, both have their own nature, innate
Yeah.
nature. Both show tantrums in their own way, and both have fun in their own way. I
Wow.
think understanding this difference, that it's not a one size fits all. It's
Hmm.
more to do with, you have to understand you know what their personality is, what is it that they need,
Hmm.
and being able to adapt yourself to that,
Yeah.
and then address those situations in that manner is what really helped me see an improvement in
Hmm.
in my relationship with the children. Because with children it's not always hunky dory. At times you will
Obviously.
lose your temper, at times
Hmm.
they will lose their temper, and there will be times when things will not go as rosy.
Hmm.
So when you're supposed to manage those situations,
Yeah.
and then you figure out that you're not able to manage them, that's when you try out new things.
Hmm.
And so those are the things which I felt, uh,
Wow.
just getting that perspective that okay,
Hmm.
this needs work, this is
Yeah.
not for a given. You need
Hmm.
to build a relationship with each of your children, and it's not
Yeah.
for a given that they're your children, so they're supposed to listen to you.
Correct.
That's when I realized that okay, if I'm able to get that, that means probably I'm doing something right. And
Yeah.
maybe because you are also always around, so get to learn and actually observe a lot of things which otherwise I
Hmm.
would not have observed.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Actually, we as husband wife we happen to learn from each other a lot of times because children are literally our reflection. We don't realize, but unknowingly or knowingly, they are actually reflecting what exactly we do. And Ribhav has started opening and saying us also that this is what you also did. Then you like you it's like a reflection for you. Yes, I did it. I mean, now you have to think back that whether we should repeat it. If it's good, yes, good, repeat. If it's not good, stop, change, try something nice. So yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about something which I feel is so important for every parent to actually uh, know. You're a fun parent or a you disciplinarian parent?
Oh, I am a hardcore disciplinarian parent, but you bring in the fun, and then I want to have fun.
Huh.
And but kids are, they want to see it more fun, is what I've
Yeah,
realized. So I've tried to
yeah.
change myself,
Hmm.
but it's also comes from the fact that I'm personally very disciplined myself. I like
Hmm.
surroundings to be clean. I like to maintain some work list of sorts.
Hmm.
And I think that comes from my own personality. But over a period of time, I've realized that, okay, I'm me. My kids are what they are,
Them,
and
yeah.
you need to find that balance. So I want
Right.
to be more fun,
Hmm.
but yeah, right now, little more on the disciplinary side.
Wow. That was honest, I think. That was very, very honest, I feel. So, another honest question. So,
Mhm.
what is the hardest part of being a dad that no one actually warned you about?
Hardest part is sort of when you know your children are getting into a vulnerable situation,
Hmm.
and you have to hold yourself and say that, okay, this is their battle and they have to fight it. You can only guide them, but
Hmm.
at the end of the day they have to go through it. So that's when you have to really really hold it back and say that no, this is their fight and they need to do it
Hmm.
on their own. And having to see them go through that is the hardest part. But obviously when they pass through it and when they're victorious through that,
Yeah.
that's when it's like if they were learning swimming.
Hmm.
You can't swim on their behalf, they
Yes.
have to learn to
They
swim.
have to learn. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So but still you feel scared that they're in the water now.
Uh-huh.
So it's like that.
Wow. That was very diplomatic. Can you share which example are you talking about?
Which example of uh, okay, so I think a simple example would be, we want a daughter to be back home by 7, right? But because she has to play sort of basketball, and she wants to stay till late,
Yeah.
and to manage those expectations, and initially I would always say a no, that no, you can't really extend the
Hmm.
time and all. But then over a period of time we were able to figure out a way. Now
Midway, yeah.
there is a risk,
Hmm.
but then
Hmm.
you have to also uh, set that boundary wall security. And so
Yeah.
that's one of the examples.
Wow. That's true also, Mohit. I think with boundaries, children understand that this is supposed to be done, this is not supposed to be done. So I think for us, it's important. I mean, people always ask me that it's important to do gentle parenting, but gentle parenting does not means without boundary.
Yeah, but honestly, this is something which I learned specifically from you, because I was always very very blunt to say no,
Ha, ha.
or say I was very immediate to say a yes.
Hmm, hmm.
So to find a ground in the middle, and such
Yeah.
grounds exist, is usually very difficult for fathers, for maybe
Fathers. Very
fathers
true.
like people who are like me. It's very
Hmm,
difficult.
hmm.
I think generally mothers are good with shades of gray.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
understand multiple shades. With
yeah.
fathers, usually sometimes it would be, for me it has been more like a 0 1, no or yes.
Yeah,
But to
yeah.
understand that, okay, you can do it in a manner which is more balanced, is
Hmm,
something
hmm.
that is an acquired skill for me. Honestly, it's not
Yeah.
something that I was naturally good at.
Hmm, hmm. But that on psychological terms, it is. I mean, this is how you are constructed. So usually in psychology, we say men are rock, women are water. So women like to flow in the water. They know how to flow with emotions,
Yeah,
but boys don't know. So it's not that you are different. You are a man. So I
I,
respect that.
yeah, yeah.
So we all have parenting failures. So,
Mhm.
care to confess that still makes you makes us laugh.
Can you repeat that? I did not get that question.
So we all have parenting failures,
Yeah,
right? So what is that confession you would want to make, which you would dare to make in a platform like this,
yeah.
and you want to confess that, oh, this was my parenting failure, and we can laugh out loud for it. I mean, it need not be serious, and if you don't want to share, that's different. But yeah.
No, I think as a father, sometimes we are working and we will be too involved in the stuff that we are doing, and
Hmm.
we don't realize when just children need our attention. And there are
Yeah.
moments when I would be doing something, and then the children would just be distracting or something. And then what would happen is I would react and I would shout.
Hmm.
And it's easier said than done, but I'm not able to control that moment.
Hmm.
uh, and that I consider as a failure, and the realization of that came when my son started doing the same, and then he said, you also did this. So
Yes.
so that is when you realize that, yeah, you have to sort of not just uh, say, but you have to
Hmm.
show.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. Because I always say that, I mean, I say it very often that parenting is not about what you say, it's about what you do. So whatever we do, that children catch faster compared to what we say. So yeah.
Yeah.
So which comes to our next question. So how do you make sure our kids feel safe talking to you about anything, especially now that Ashwika is a teenager?
Yeah, that's a tough one because it took me time to figure this. But
Hmm.
what I realize is whenever you are saying a no, and in those situations, if I could say a yes,
Wow. Yeah.
then she would start, and if those were actually things which, as per me, they were right. And,
Hmm.
whenever she saw me as a partner, then
Yeah.
she became more comfortable
Yeah.
sharing some of the things which, otherwise she would not share with you, but she would
Hmm.
share with me. that
Yeah.
was that was something which incidentally happened because I was always struggling with this, that she was not sharing a lot with me.
Correct.
Generally during this teenage,
Hmm.
mothers, they're more close to the mothers.
Yeah.
And I was facing that same issue during that
Hmm.
stage last
Hmm.
year. But then when I noticed that I could find ways in which I could she could see that I understand her.
Ha. Ha.
That's what sort of uh, you know I could then see that she was try sharing things which
Yeah.
otherwise she wouldn't.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I think that's the main mantra. And
Hmm.
I now, not like knowingly, it's become instinctive now. Whenever there's things which you are saying no, but I feel they're okay to say a yes, I
Hmm.
immediately jump on them and say a yes, because I know that can help me. That
Build a
one, that
relationship.
is right, and also it helps me build a better
Hmm.
relationship with
Hmm.
her.
Hmm. So this is a disclaimer alert also, parents. So basically it is not that we both are in different pages. Here we are trying to say talk about the times when it is a fun thing. Probably I just said no to something which is not very serious in terms of a yes or no makes a lot of difference. Not that we are trying to say that we are on different pages, but it is something when certain things which I feel that no is a okay, and he's saying a yes, so it becomes a more like, okay, papa understand me and I'll jump to papa. So that kind of a thing. So I think most.
Disagreements, just another disclaimer, disagreements I can't have in my house, right? Because it's your house. So.
Yeah. No,
But
actually
on
I
a serious note, I think we amongst ourselves, we cleared it out much before, that whatever we
correct.
have to discuss and arrive at, we need to do it separately and
Yeah.
not in front of the children, because
Hmm.
obviously that impacts. And that's something which I think after a couple of situations we decided and did it
Yes.
actively. So I think
Yes.
it may be
Yeah.
helpful
Yeah.
for others to know.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, all the parents. So we actually, whatever disagreements we have, usually decided in the room without the children knowing it, so that we know that we both are on the same page. And it is, so anything which is concerning to child in terms of mental health, in terms of physical health, there shouldn't be any disagreement. Fun elements and those things, obviously it's a house, so we can have that. And Mohit, I want you to share about the mini date which you had with Ashwika, because that really changed your tuning with her.
Oh yeah, I think generally children like to be in a different environment.
Hmm.
So there was this one time where we specifically said that it's only me and Ashvika that we will go
Yeah.
for a sort of coffee date or sort of a. So we went to a cafe,
Hmm.
and we went to the mall, just the two of us.
Yeah.
And then I noticed that she, like, we could share things which otherwise we were never sharing at home
Yeah.
because of probably the setting, and because of in the
Hmm.
environment you end up talking about multiple things, but in a new environment it opens up sort of new possibilities, and that became sort of a memorable moment. And I have this
Hmm.
habit of clicking pictures together, so it also became a moment to cherish later on as well. So I
Yeah.
think that
Yeah.
really works even for
Hmm.
fathers
Yeah.
and with their child, because when you are alone and if you're not distracted with work with your
Hmm.
children, so the children are going to then start sharing things which
Hmm.
otherwise they would not be sharing, because they know that
Correct.
they have your full attention.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even you
Very
can do so, even I could share some of my moments which otherwise I would not be discussing.
correct. Correct. Absolutely. So if Ashwika and Ribhav have to describe you as a father in 3 words, what do you think they would say about you?
Okay, so Ashvika would say my father is mm, very particular,
That he is.
uh, cares for me,
Hmm. That's true.
loves me.
Okay. That's sweet. And what about Ribhav?
Ribhav will say he's the best,
That he will certainly.
and he will say he can do anything. He's a,
Hmm.
like a Superman,
Ah, he says you that. Ah.
and he loves me a lot.
Ribhav is standing and jumping over here, so he
Oh, wow.
exactly knows. So, one piece of advice for every dad listening out here, what do you think you want to share that with dads?
Just go easy with kids. They are kids after all, and there's always some situation which they are going through.
Hmm.
And if you can figure out what is it that they're going through,
Yeah.
then and if you can share how you dealt with those situations when you were a kid,
Hmm.
that is when they'll be able to sort of relate with you, rather than telling that, okay, in our time it used to be like this in our time. So when
Yeah.
you tell them you faced a similar problem
Huh.
and you tackled it in a certain way, they need not follow the same way, but at least you will tell them that you tackled it, so they'll know
Hmm.
that it's important to tackle it.
Wow. Wow. Lovely. So that's so beautiful and that's so meaningful, because we need to go easy with the child, and child needs to know how to tackle things. I mean, yeah. So that finishes our questionnaires.
Awesome, thanks, I've been sweating.
So but I have a fun rapid fire for you. This is
Okay,
fun. I mean, it's about you.
sure.
It's not about father now. So it's about you. So because we want to know about you also. And before we start the rapid fire, I want to also know about the teenpreneur camp which you are doing with kids,
Okay,
because that's something very very interesting, and I
yeah.
want all my audience to also know about it.
Yes, so my thought has been, I have been, doing my engineering, and then I had been working with startups, and I had been using AI for a long time. And I've gone through, the school education, college education, and then a lot of my friends have gone through MBA and all. But
Just 1 second. So for people who don't know, he's from IIT Delhi, by the way. So yeah, so start with
okay,
that.
okay, yeah. So I happened to be from IIT Delhi because at some point I realized that I wanted to go to IIT, and I was able to do that.
Hmm.
But I had been thinking that in current times, what is
Hmm.
it that I would like, my kids to learn, which is a new age
Yeah.
skill, and which is not like, the run of the mill, the
Hmm.
regular courses and the functional expertise that we develop, and so on and
Yeah.
so forth. Because honestly, I believe that if kids can be creative, innovative, and if they can sort of be strong mentally,
Yes.
and if they can learn to build products, if they can learn to sell and do marketing, and if
Hmm.
they can understand a little bit of data so that they can understand finances and all,
Yeah.
these are the core skills which unfortunately, in a school environment or even in a college environment, you don't learn it like
No,
that.
huh.
You are
Nobody
always
teaches you.
sort of trying to build expertise into a functional area. So
Hmm.
I've created
Hmm.
this AI Teenpreneur boot camp where we are doing 4 sessions, and primarily those 4 sessions are geared towards understanding what product the child would like to build.
Hmm.
How do they launch their website using one of the AI
Wow.
tools?
Hmm.
How can they build assets to promote their website and their product on social media with some
Wow.
tools like Canva and all?
Hmm.
And then understanding money and business, so where they can calculate basic profit,
Yeah.
pricing, and build simple dashboards to track their business. And this is a
Yeah.
bootcamp which I'm starting tomorrow for the next 4 sessions is what we planned, and we are planning multiple batches. And
Yeah.
it primarily occurred because I thought that what is it that I would like to teach my children, and
Hmm.
that
Wow.
sort of led me to that, okay, if it is for my children, it can be for a lot of other, especially
Yes.
teenagers,
Yes.
because that is the time when their foundations are being built. So instead of
Correct.
giving them an employee mindset
Hmm.
where you say that do this studies so that you can pick this job,
Yeah.
you give
Yeah.
them an entrepreneurial mindset to say that build this product, learn to sell so that you can
Yeah.
manage your finances and live a happy life, because at the end of the day
Wow.
it all boils down to having a successful career and have mental peace and
Yeah.
that
Very
sense
true.
of fulfillment. So
Hmm.
that's
Hmm.
the camp. It's on atucai.com, and that's something which I'm really excited about. It's been on my mind for years, and I'm
Yeah.
glad that with AI tools and all, we can sort of implement it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So people who wish to join, you can just DM me or DM on Etuc Insta. That's Mohit's profile over there. So you can DM us and we can help you with the links and everything. And Mohit, you can share the links with me so that I can share with others as well.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's
Hmm.
ai.etuc.com.
So
So you can,
Etuc is ATUSY, by the way.
yes, etuc, ai.etuc.com.
Wow. Okay. That's easy to remember. So now comes the rapid fire. Are you ready now?
I think so. Let's go.
Okay. Yes. So your favorite food, uh, which you loved as a child.
Oh, always in the afternoon, arad ki dal chawal.
I know that already. So, one thing you say very often.
One thing that I say very often,
Yeah.
one thing that I say very often is what? Why is this lying here? Why is lying?
The
why
question mark.
why
Why?
why is this lying
Uh-huh.
here? Why is it lying there? And or
Yeah. Yeah.
why is it like this? So
Correct. Good. You pointed out by yourself. I'm glad. So your favorite hobby,
music.
best memory with your children.
Best memory with my children is any of the adventure parks that we go to, and
Yeah.
when we are having fun.
Go karting or whatever. Yes.
Yes, all of those.
Your signature outfit.
Oh, t-shirt and jeans.
Okay. What makes you laugh the most?
You.
Ah, then I put my collar up. So, your favorite movie or actor?
Amitabh Bachchan. And movie would be what, Sholay.
Oh, nice. Your hidden talent.
My hidden talent is paint, so basically designing.
Yeah, designing. Yes, photography and designing is your hidden talent. So for people who don't know him, he's a great musician, by the way. He composes songs and he has about how many songs, Mohit? About 25,
20.
30 songs?
No,
Yeah.
20.
So we happen to see that we are manifesting that all of you have to bless us with it that he releases the song this year. So yeah.
Let's hope.
Yes, absolutely it will happen. I'm not hoping.
Okay,
So
will
your
happen.
reaction when you your reaction when you mess up.
uh, my reaction when I mess up, pretty angry and sad and all. everywhere.
One word to describe you.
Passionate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's lovely. So we are done with our rapid fire. You were good. You were very good.
Thank you.
So, so to all of them you're hearing, I am sure you would have enjoyed because I enjoyed it a lot. A lot of things I also got to know. So yes, and I want you all to share this with your husbands, with your fathers if you are watching, and make sure that you have that one time. I this is a request, by the way. I want you to spend that one time with your father, chit chatting or going on a date with your father, because I love that idea. And to all the parents who are listening here, as well as to all the fathers, go on a date with your child, and don't be on a lecture mode. Be on a musty mode and fun mode where you can enjoy and have fun and have a great bond together. Yeah. So happy Father's Day to all of you, and enjoy your time, enjoy your date as a father. And thank you for attending. Thank you for being there. And thank you so much, Mohit, for coming in our session. And
Thank you, Swati.
especially,
Thank you so much for inviting, and thank you everybody for listening to me.
thank
And
you.
it means a lot. And thanks so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. See you next week. Take care. Bye bye, and stay connected. Bye bye.
River Live is still on.